All right.
Right. Yes. Listen, that Lovius character. Something is amiss of him. And I don't mean something is very strange. He is paying too much attention to our routine. Keep a watch on him.
So this morning we join up once again on our adventure through the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. But an adventure is only as great as its heroes. And these heroes are... We will begin with Sauerkraut.
I'm Sauerkraut. I play Freddie Bloomington. He's a half-elf bard warlock of the College of Lore. He's a happy-go-lucky type and a jack of all trades who's out for redemption and to gain fame and glory so that he may eventually return to his homeland.
Hello, I am Otto. I play Hawkeye, and she is a wild hunt shifter of the Circle of the Stars. And as much as I don't like people, I will definitely stand up if I see an animal being abused, like the last time.
Yeah, that was a tricky situation. All right.
I'm John, and I'm playing Nock Gravelskin, half-orc barbarian of the Path of the Beast, and he spent his whole life being raised by dwarves and considers himself to be a dwarf, not an orc.
He's a dork.
Oh man, that was wrong.
I can't believe.
Talk about him.
Wait a minute. Okay, so we are on part 4, session 5, and that was the first time that joke was made. All right, old Jarhead, how about you? Hello?
He's shy today.
Oh, yeah, he's quiet. Mute. He suddenly went mute.
I'm playing Ondar. You not hear
There we
me?
go.
Hello.
We
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
now.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. I am on Old Jarhead. I'm playing Ondar, the human paladin of Torm from Tether. He is was on his way to Tantris to visit the Temple of Torm's Coming, and he was sidetracked, and now he is tracking cultists of something he is unsure of, and that is where he is at.
Very nice.
My Discord sucks.
Must be one of them days. All right, moving on.
Was that me now? Yep, that's
Yep.
me. I am Nicoldenberg. I play Ireva Galanadel, a Wood Elf Ranger of the Horizon Walker subclass. She is obviously a Wood Elf whose homeland is in the Forest of Lether. Normally keeping to herself in the world, she only leaves her woodlands when, on a dire mission. And as of right now, she is just looking forward to completing her mission of stopping the cult and returning to her homeland.
Very nice. Thank you very much for those introductions. Those are your heroes. And among them, one thing we do at the beginning of every session is we roll for historian, for the person that will be in charge of writing the journal entry. I'm still getting at doing yours from last time, Ondar, but nonetheless, let's roll for this session. Ireva, you have picked up historian, so please take some good notes or however you do it, and we look forward to reading your entry into the campaign journal when that is in.
It's perfect.
All right, I will change that roll real quick. I always forget to do that.
Oh, you've did the black bear.
Yep. So
Is there? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, so with the one-click druid, there's those two modules but I was reading through it, and the one-click druid doesn't work if I gotta pull these up because I forget. Okay, so critically awesome essentials one-click druid, and then there is the other that was supposed to like the token swapper or whatever. The token swapper doesn't work if the one-click druid is up. So I'm pretty sure those are two different extensions that work for different rule types, because it was saying something about the token swapper was for non-5th edition games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm still.
I see that it's off in my library, so.
Okay, yeah, I took that off. So we'll have to do a little bit more digging in case there's a way to do it automatically. Otherwise, if you just tell me what animal you're switching to, I can just change your token real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. I think that'll probably work out maybe best.
I look big and beefy.
All right, so
Fear me.
let's see where we. So last time in the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, we ended with the party discovering a man left for dead, buried up to his head in the ground upon the road. The rest of the caravan wagon simply passed him by, as he had the phrase of Oathbreaker upon his forehead, claiming that whoever did this to him must have had good reason. The travel northward to Waterdeep had been pretty easy so far. Except for the difficulties within the Fields of the Dead, their trek had been uneventful. Of course, there had been two notable figures who joined the way north from Daggerford, and our heroes decided to keep an eye on them both. Now, over a month into their travel, we will be slowing things down on the trail to Waterdeep from Daggerford a little bit. And so we re-enter the scene upon the road just north of Daggerford. The man whose head poked out above the ground was named Carlin Amafel, and he had revealed himself to be a Harper agent. Freddy aiding and digging him out of his predicament, the rest of the party looks with unease at the man, wondering how far to trust him. It is just about midday, with the sun heavy overhead, near a month and a half of travel behind them. The wind now has a colder quality to it, carrying the earthy smell of autumn on its fingers. The ground around Carlin has been dug out enough now so that he may be pulled out by a few strong hands. What now, heroes?
Well, since he seems to have earned Fred's trust, I'll pull him out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if like Freddy wanted him out, then I would have bit like the collar of the shirt and like help pull out.
Yeah, Freddy is digging.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, then I'll dig.
Yes, Ondar. Now that we have ascertained the truth of the matter, he
Now
is
he's not
trustworthy.
lying through his teeth.
Freddy has deemed him worthy, so he is worthy.
He just needed to tell the truth in the first place.
Yeah, I'll dig around
Not sound
the
like
body
a
to
criminal
help.
that got buried in the ground to die.
Ureva's just gonna hang out back here and make sure nobody sneaks up on us,
That's
keeping
fair.
an eye on the surroundings.
Somebody should make sure that we're not stupid.
Yeah, and
She
then
doesn't really care about this person anyway. It's just a human, so.
Undar's just chuckling.
It's only a human.
There's plenty of them. Dime a dozen.
then I'll bite the collar of the man's Carlin's clothes and pull him out.
All right, so as Freddy is finishing up digging around, working this man loose, Ondar and this big black bear that everybody knows as Hawkeye grabs onto him, pieces of his clothing. Fred. Oh my God! Nox probably puts an arm underneath his shoulder. The black bear grabbing him by the scruff of his collar, and they pull up, getting the man out of the ground, and he is free. He lays upon the ground now with chapped lips, seeming to be so very thankful to you guys for having freed him from this quite possible, quite realistic, grisly death.
I offer him his water, some of my water skin.
He grabs it thankfully. He takes a big gulp. Oh, thank you, friend. Tell me what now?
What do you say? Tell me what?
Tell me what now?
I believe you're free to go. If you were, if
Not so fast. I stand over top, like not on Carlin, but over top, just skeptical.
All right. So you are in black bear form. So you are talking like an animal right now. So they don't really understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I was just doing the action of like.
Okay. All of a sudden, Hawkeye, the black bear, stands over the man, seeming as to prevent him from moving. It appears your friend is not quite done questioning me.
I guess not.
What's the matter there, Hawkeye? As he scruffs the neck and between the ears.
I don't know how to say this because
Well,
I'm
you're
not human.
Yeah.
Growl.
You should probably become a creature that can speak.
You basically talk like an upset stomach.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
So as
Do you
the
mistrust this man?
What was that?
Do you mistrust this man?
I'll nod my head.
She apparently mistrusts you still. Perhaps you should give her some food. Do you have any food?
no, if I had food, likely would have eaten it long ago.
Well, your hands were below your waist and under the ground, so there's no way you could have fed yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have any honeycomb? Bears like honeycomb.
I haven't eaten in quite some time. And you all notice now, a little bit north of your position, the wagons are starting to get a little bit smaller. They haven't quite reached a distance yet where they're out of earshot or out of shouting distance, but they are continuing on their trek.
We need to rejoin the caravan. Perhaps Hawkeye, can he join us? Would you feel comfortable with that if he joined us?
Oops. I'll nod my head yes.
Perhaps you should join us. Carlin, anyone object to that?
Oops.
No. It's fine.
Carlin?
Yeah, surely.
Hurry then. Freddy, are you okay with that?
I think he disconnected.
Oh, Freddy.
Oh, Freddy.
Yep, there he goes. They've been having power outages all day up there.
Okay.
Grease.
Good old Greece.
Seems like he would have been fine with it, though, considering he was
Okay.
a big part of drafting him out of the hole.
Yeah, I assume so. And Carlin responds, in fact, I would greatly appreciate joining your party if you would have me.
We're heading to Waterdeep, so
Yes, my mission would likely take me there as well.
Freddy?
My power went out.
Yep,
Told you.
no problem. So Andar is negotiating Carlin joining the party so that you guys can keep a watch on him, and he
At
asks
least
you.
Waterdeep.
Yeah, he asked you specifically if you were on board with that.
I am not opposed to the idea, as long as Carlin isn't too hostile against it.
No, certainly I would greatly appreciate joining your party north.
Well, then it's settled.
Well, then, we shall not tally any longer. The caravan is leaving us behind.
I am not able to take control of Freddy. I think you need to kick him. Oh, no, never mind. Got it.
Got him?
Ignore me.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
And back on the horse, catching up to the caravan.
Yep. Get on the horse.
Do you get off of him, Hawkeye?
Yeah, I'll not stand over him anymore.
Okay, so he kind of shakily rolls over and pushes himself up to his feet, dusts himself off a little bit, but he's definitely looking pretty bad with his clothes all covered in dirt and soot. Then he sees all of you getting on your horses, and just kind of goes, well, all right, whatever, I guess, and then tries to make his way forward. You notice he is walking quite slowly.
Nobody helps him, Ondar will.
Oh, I was going to kneel down and let him ride the bear.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
Ride
if
the
you're a bear,
bear.
don't you have an extra horse?
Yeah, I'll have my extra horse, but I don't trust him with my horse.
Gotcha.
He's gonna just take off with our horse.
So you're
That-
gonna
Horse
ride-
wrestlers.
It's my prized possession.
You are a mount now?
Yeah,
I mean, a man can ride a bear.
Well, so the bear would definitely have intelligence, so it's not like you would have to train her
Okay.
or anything. Like you would know. It's kind of like just giving someone a piggyback ride.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right,
I'll
Carlin.
give Ondar a piggyback.
Ondar or Carlin?
Well, I guess Carlin. I
Do
can
you
be
let
mean
some
and just throw
strange
him off.
man mount you?
That's why I was like,
That's
don't
what I
know
was
about
thinking.
that.
Yeah, that's from like. Is it,
No,
like,
no,
of all
not
the-
going there
of all
this
the-
week. Not going there this week.
Oh, it's a little late for that now.
There.
It already happened.
That's why I was like, I don't know if I want Carlin to do it. But I'm up for piggybacking.
Okay, so we make our way to the caravan.
All right. At first, Carlin is kind of confused, but then he
It'll be fine, friend. Just climb on board. She won't hurt
yes. He slowly puts his hand on the back of your neck and tries to give you a little scratch, seeming to try and make nice. Climbs up on your back, and then you give him a quite terrifying piggyback ride back to the caravan. All right. And so you travel for a time. You actually can go on this map. You can see I have the party token right by Daggerford, between that and Waterdeep. And I just zoom in.
Oogie.
Yep, I just zoom in quite a bit. All right, and you all join back up to the caravan, where you are able to take your positions on the wagons again, with Hawkeye, Ureva, and Freddy joining Samardag the Hoper, where he just looks, like his usual jolly, happy self, just kind of happy at whatever goes on. Oh, I see you found a friend. And then Ondar and Noct join Edelry, who always seems a little irritated at their choices. wants you to stay next to the wagon and don't move, and you're there to guard the wagon. You know, she's grumbling like, needless. Why did you do that? It doesn't matter, and all this stuff.
My apologies, milady.
You're full of apologies. This whole trip.
You must understand that there is a higher color.
Yes. Just usually guards just want to get paid. Quite unlike you. I don't think you've done this too often.
Hondar's not a usual guard.
I don't reply to that. I just stare forward and continue writing.
All right.
Just trust that when the time does come, I will be here to protect you if need be.
I sure hope so. And so, the journey forward starts anew again. As the day goes on, nothing else of import happens except for Carlin talking with you, Freddy, kind of revealing that he's glad you actually took him in so that he could continue his own quest within the Harper Agency, trying to learn as much about this cult as possible. He
Our
does
goals
not.
align for the moment.
Yeah, he does not know that any of the cultists are in this wagon caravan. Just so you are aware. He's looking forward to regaining his strength and going to Waterdeep and then hopefully taking his leave to find out where the cult is going and what their dealings are.
When we do have a moment alone, there's not prying ears around your eyes, I tell Noel, you're in luck. There are cultists in this very caravan. About X many carts up, actually. They have a caravan of 5.
His eyes widen in disbelief and fortunes, whether good or bad, it appears this is quite fated to happen. I'll see what I can find out. Then he seems to have a little bit of renewed strength and vigor.
Yes, your deity has smiled upon you today.
All right, so the rest of the day goes by without event, and we go Let me fix this.
Are we technically doing a long rest? If so, I could do it myself. I would just uncheck my wild shape.
I'm setting up the what do you call it? I'm setting up the map right now.
Okay.
Yep. So we will be getting to a long rest. It's just not going on yet.
Okay.
So I gotta set it
Well,
up.
it fixes on a short rest too, or like a meditation, but meditation you can only do once per day.
You're carrying a man on your back. No
Look,
sleep.
Well, just till she just carried him to catch up to the.
If you guys look in bar chat, she's being a furry tractor right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hilarious.
What? I didn't check that.
How long does your wild shape last?
Oh my god.
Probably 2, maybe 3 hours.
What was the question?
How long does it last?
Isn't it her level in hours? Or
It's
druid
my
level in hours?
druid.
Yep, you can stay in a beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
half.
2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so I would definitely say that enough time has passed because it's getting to be nighttime now that you would have changed back into your person.
I assume the guy would have gotten on a cart and not been riding a bear around.
It's
Right.
pretty badass. Why would you want to get off?
there is definitely a little bit of like respect you get for taming a bear, but
One would think.
it's probably not as comfortable as laying down in a cart after being buried for days.
Shall not be tamed.
There we go. Okay. All right. You guys can see the map now.
Yup.
It's a amalgamation of quite a few different ones. I had to get a
Oh God.
I had to get a cavern trail. But
Well
you
done.
notice that the wagon has stopped. You can see ahead that there is a river all the way up there, in which they seem to have stopped and are possibly pulling off to the side of the river for the night. And you may all actually explore the cavern as much as you wish.
Can't even find my token on this map. I don't think I can explore a cavern.
We're on the bottom, like the lighter colored one.
That's
On
the
your-
cavern?
If you double click yourself in the combat tracker, it'll snap to you.
Oh.
Or no, I guess. Or no, I'm sorry. That
No,
opens
the
the map.
token.
Do it in your
The token.
your token on your character sheet. That'll do it.
The right one, not the left one.
Okay, yeah, I've used that, but
I
So
think
we're
the combat tracker will just help open a map if you accidentally close it. I don't know why all these things just don't do the same thing. All of them should just open and snap. But hey.
Yeah.
so has the caravan stopped?
Yes, the caravan has stopped. It is no longer moving at the slow, steady pace forward. There are still wagons moving, but it seems to be more that they're congregating off to the side of the road, as if to set up camp for the night.
What time of day roughly is it?
It would be roughly 6 p.m.
Is it dark yet?
It's getting dark.
Has our Ondar and my caravan specifically
So, like,
have she pulled
This
over?
is the normal lighting of the map, and I have it to that.
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Yep. I'm sorry. Repeat that, Noct.
I was asking if Ed Helry? Is that how we say her name?
Right.
I was
Yep,
asking
either way.
if she is pulling over, or if has not found her spot yet.
She has not found her spot yet. And she responds, "Well, wait for them to move up a little bit, and then I'll see if I can find a soft spot, soft patch."
All right,
Yes.
then. Yeah, I'm assuming that we both stay with the cart. Yes.
Right.
And you will notice that the order of the wagons has slowly kind of changed over the course. So you actually have some cultists straight above you.
Right.
Yeah.
What the hell is that in the cart right beneath you guys?
Man with a hat.
No, well, the guy alongside the quiet man's cart.
All right.
There's a gargoyle back there.
Freddy,
That's
Freddy, one thing you have noticed is that there is a man on the wagon trail who goes by Lasfilro the Silent. And he actually has let's see if I can find him. There we go. Okay. He actually has a gargoyle tied to his cart that my god, I have so many things on the combat tracker. Alright, it's tied to his cart by a silver chain. And though he will, often enough, burst out in song, and he's got a pretty good voice. He's quite melancholy. And once he kind of realizes what he's doing and where he's at and everything, he slowly goes back into his brooding silence. He hasn't really said much of anything to anyone. And the only thing he has to guard his wagon of unknown treasures, because nobody knows what he's taking, he has a gargoyle to guard it.
For a second, I thought you were saying the gargoyle was the one singing and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking weird gargoyle, man. It's singing.
Not quite.
Probably sounds like
that,
beat up gravel.
that is very interesting.
The gargoyle, I mean, it's just kind of on leash, following along. It doesn't seem to be trying to escape or anything that we need to be worried about.
Nope, it is tethered to the wagon by a silver chain. And it's been traveling along same pace as the wagon the whole time.
Is it walking?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Well, it's not swimming.
I thought it was
Just dragging
strapped to the
it.
wagon. I thought it was strapped to the wagon. You know.
No, I mean, it's a quote unquote living gargoyle, but I mean, hey, I'm not here to judge anybody for what they do. But if we were a little bit less expensive, she'd have her own gargoyle. The cultists in front of us, I don't recognize, because I remember there was way back when we were still at Baldur's Gate. Some of the cultists I had recognized as being there from the camp. Are these them or are these strangers?
These are strangers, but you know from the wagon that the one cultist that was recognized how they act. You kind of can pinpoint all the cultist wagons because they all act the same way. Every time they make camp, they go off to themselves. They don't participate in anything. They don't push people away rudely to make notice of themselves. They just kind of keep everybody at a distance, and they turn down everybody that asks to join on their wagon to pay to sit on their wagon. Whereas you can actually see plenty of other characters have purchased their way, such as the older gentleman at the very front, the second wagon. He's just riding on the back, so he doesn't have to walk.
The one I'm pointing at, is that what was it, red wizard? My brain is not all fully on today.
Yes,
but...
that is the shady character that had a shaved head with a bit of a tattoo poking out.
Okay. Just trying to get a lay of the land on terms of who might murder us in our sleep.
And then you can also see the gnome lady is right there.
Oh, yeah. The very trustworthy looking lady. Doesn't look dangerous at all. Alright, I mean, I assume Ondar and I are just gonna kind of ride with the caravan until she stops, yeah?
Yeah, we should fix a spot. That's where we'll.
Yeah. We've been pretty flaky on her. We should at least get her to camp.
Right.
I feel pretty bad about that, you know?
Wherever she beds down, we'll bed down.
All right, so after a time, all the wagons pull off to the side of the road. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, the map stuff in this version of Fantasy Ground seems a lot more robust than load image.
Yep.
Yep. There's layers
Like
and everything. I love it.
Yeah, being able to string, like, I assume you just like were able to. Did you have to make this string of maps outside the program, or were you able to actually like throw this together in here?
In here, all you gotta do is you gotta load
That's
images.
awesome.
Yep. All you gotta do is load the images, and then you can do all the layers and stuff
That's
inside
awesome.
Fantasy Grounds.
I used to just load. I had a big, just infinite like field, and I would just kind of sketch on it really quick. Like, I don't know, it's like this. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't got time for this.
All right.
Been in the
so,
forest for a week. I don't got time.
yeah, we'll just play it that they all go off to the side of the road.
Okay.
And everybody's getting off their wagons and unpacking some of their tent stuff and bed sheets and getting some cook pots ready.
What are you doing, Knock?
I'm just moving to the other side because otherwise I'm on top of a hill.
What are you doing?
You said there was a cavern around here?
I'm sorry, I meant caravan. I was thinking
Oh, okay.
caravan and I said cavern.
I was trying to find it on the map, and I was like, I want to explore a cavern.
Ryan, I meant to message you this earlier, but since we are camped for the night, is there anywhere on the caravan selling weapons?
I don't think I read through any of them that said that there were weapons.
Okay.
You need a weapon?
No, I just wanted to
weapons.
I wanted to buy a backup longbow and switch out my short sword for a rapier if I could.
I'm afraid I don't carry bows. I prefer to get within spitting distance of a kill. I guess. Well, I mean, we're setting up camp, right, Ondar? I mean, that's what I would assume we do first.
Well, but the sun is setting, so you know what that means.
Oh, for the love of God! Yeah. Let's go.
For the love of what?
For the love of Tom.
Right.
I'll set it.
There it
It's
is.
colloquial.
Torm.
I'm just gonna start saying that in real life.
For the love of Torm.
Oh, for the love of Tom.
Yeah, I don't see anyone that's taking weapons.
Okay, thanks for checking.
I will put my quarterstaff in hand.
All right.
Can I use shillelagh on it?
You can.
I mean, yeah, you can use shillelagh on pretty much every kind of stick you can get.
There's a twig on the ground.
It was just if we get in an attack, I want to be like ready. Already have shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Yep. So I have
Oh,
your.
you mean precast it? You cast that as like an action at the same time, so you don't have to like precast it.
He means like it works
Sorry,
in the same action as you are making an attack. I think.
Oh, okay.
Shillelagh is a bonus action, so you can make an attack after casting it because it doesn't take your regular action.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just ready.
Yep, I gotcha. Either way, yeah, it's fine. Also, if you notice on your weapons, you have quarterstaff and then you have quarterstaff shillelagh. So whenever you have
Yeah.
shillelagh cast, you would just use the second one.
Okay. That's why I saw it, and I was like, ooh, I want that one instead of my quarterstaff.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, everybody's
I have not
Pop
been
off my
keeping up
silver
with
tray.
rations. Should we? Do you know how many
Uh,
days we've been traveling? We all got 20, and now I just realized we've been kind of like fast forwarding through days, and I totally haven't been.
yeah,
removing
I'm
rations.
I'm really not worried about that. Plus, part of getting hired
Okay.
on as guards, like Samerdag and then Edelry, both offered to pay you per 10 day as well as your food and board.
Oh,
so,
okay, cool.
Yep,
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't blow that off.
yep. Food really isn't an issue.
I'll whisper to Ureva, hey, do you want to try and feed the horse again?
I don't think it's necessarily wise. The knight did give us his word, and we don't want to put the horse in further danger. as much as I would like to, it might be wise to at least wait until much later in the night. But I would like to, I have 5 apples left, so I would like to give an apple to each of the horses in our party, just like an extra little treat for them.
Okay.
All right.
So right, that's 1 for the caravan and 1 for each of us, so that's 4 off my inventory.
Okay.
For our caravan?
Yeah, so 1 to the one pulling the wagon, and then 1 to each of the ones that we're riding. So I'm handing out 4 of the 5 apples that I have.
All the horses seem
I'll
to
go up
greatly
to-
appreciate it. Go ahead.
I'll go up to Ondar and Noct and give them my apples to feed the horse on their caravan and their horses.
Whoop.
Whoa!
Please.
Robot invasion.
Yep, I'll be right back. Be right back.
Our DM has left us. We are wayward. Outcasts.
Attack
Stranded.
everyone!
Okay, now go feed the horse.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Before
now,
he can
now,
stop
now
you.
go feed it.
I assume that you came up to us and we're still going through the very lengthy prayer process.
She just.
It's only lengthy if you think it's lengthy.
All right, I'm back.
Just
It is
stands
for
there
Noct.
with my staff. Like,
It actually
leaning on
seems
my
like
staff,
it gets
like,
longer, and he's not sure
My
if
arms crossed.
it feels like to
Arms
Noct
crossed
that
while
he's
leaning on
adding
my
more
staff,
stuff
looking at
to
you
it.
guys. Huh?
All right, so Ireva, you take out some apples and you feed the horses, and they're all giving the contented snorts stuff as they hungrily bite down the apples, and they seem to greatly appreciate it. Akai, you go up to Ondar and Noct.
Yeah, Noct was. Oh, they're probably praying when I get up there.
Oh, the evening
So-
prayer's not that long.
Oh, so I just kind of cross my arms and like put my staff, like my arms on my staff and just wait.
Can y'all hear me?
We
Yeah, now
hear
we
you.
can. I think we lost you for a bit there, but
Yeah, I disconnected for some reason because I have shitty internet.
Rude.
Welcome to my club.
Yeah, but the bad thing is I'm in the United States.
you have
See.
excuses.
You're not even in Greece.
You know, it's Tennessee, so you know, I mean. You know. So it finishes up. Bring swift justice to evildoers.
And bring swift justice to evildoers.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Hawkeye, hello.
Hello. Ureva decided to give the horses in our caravan a apple. So I have apples here, and I wanted to give you your caravan horses apples.
Well, it's all one caravan, but you mean Intrepid and not didn't name his horse because
Because it's a horse.
It's a horse,
Doesn't need
yeah.
names. Just horse works.
So Eldery's horse, your horse, Noct's horse.
and Bayed's horse.
I wanted to try to give Bayed's horse an apple.
I will see to
But-
it that Bayed's horse is fed. Thank you.
Okay.
You
How many
gonna go
apples
start
do we
more
have?
trouble, huh?
It's not trouble.
So I had 4 apples, so that would be Noct's horse, your horse, Eldery. Yeah, that would be 4, so I don't have any more apples.
That'll be fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I take the apples from her.
Okay.
How are you feeling today? Did you have good travels?
Yeah. I appreciated the scratches.
Oh, no problem. I didn't know if that was amenable to you or not.
Some people like scratches, some people don't.
You didn't bite me, so I assumed it was okay.
Oh,
But I was disappointed that I didn't get that honeycomb.
Well, I will find you one next time you are in that form. I will feed it to you. Hopefully, I will not get stung trying to find you some.
Forever the nice guy Ondar.
Well, he is a decent fellow,
Yeah.
as long as you are not evil,
He is a jolly good fellow.
Stop it.
right?
you got a friend in me.
You stop it too.
Mundar goes and feeds the 3 horses that are here. And goes and finds the masturbator. Knight of the masturbator to give him a horse apple to give to the horse.
All
I'll
right.
go with Ondar.
Greetings, Knight. We're here to feed the horse again. Here, give the horse an apple.
You can go ahead and move up if you want.
Oh,
Again?
Yep. Hello?
oh, he said say it again.
Oh, you can go ahead and move up if you want.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
couple
we're in
ahead.
we're in free movement.
Yep.
Oh,
You can move your guy.
I'll
there he
go
is.
with Ondar. With my staff.
Hello, Knight.
You're walking up and you actually see this knight holding out his hand to the horse's mouth, giving it a little bit of a pat on its shoulder. He turns around to regard you. Ah, hail, Sir Knight. And when he turns, you actually see that he does have a half-eaten apple in his hand.
How is the horse?
I was wondering if you would like the other apple.
The knight responds, well, better than he was before. And then you hear off to the other side of the horse, hey, Dagon, what's that?
I duck behind this rock.
The knight kind of turns over to the front of the horse going, oh, nothing, babe, just talking to the horse. And then you hear a little bit of grumbling on the other side. And then Dagon comes back and then he he goes over to you and he says in a more hushed tones, he's like, as you can see, Bade's still in a sour mood.
I'll see if I could grab the apple from Ondar to give to the knight.
Quickly hand it to her. Quickly pass it to him and let's go.
And then I'll hand it to the knight.
He takes it. Thank you, miss. I'm sure the horse appreciates it. And he goes back. Make me a stealth check, both of you.
Oh, this will be good.
Clank, clank, clang.
The question is, did you disrobe your armor for the day yet?
No. Not until I go to bed. Chicka, chicka, tink, 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 tink.
Ooh.
Dang.
Why is it not at disadvantage?
Maybe, do you have your armor unequipped?
Why are you questioning it? Just roll with it. Literally.
Oh no! Remember we had a fight earlier with those
Yeah. And you never
those deer hawks.
I think that's
You had
it.
unequipped.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that was it.
So I guess roll again, and we take the lowest.
Yeah, let's change it back. Because I disconnected again.
Yep.
Oh man. Bad times over
Real
there.
bad. Do you live in like Wyoming or something?
No, look in Tennessee, which is probably worse.
Somehow worse.
It's all that moonshine.
Yeah.
Roads, the Ethernet cables.
Mississippi River.
All the damn moonshine in the mountains.
That's right.
There we go. Okay. Yep.
Dang.
There you go.
Ooh.
Okay, so Ondar is moving about. He's gotten used to having to try to move silently while wearing his armor, and does a pretty good job of it, keeping it from scraping and clattering as he's moving away silently. And then he just hears as Hawkeye halfway trips over a twig, doesn't fall, but gets a big thump sound. And then you hear on the other side, "What the hell are you doing to that horse? Come on, get over here." Keegan, looking to you, he kind of gives a motion like, "Come on, go quickly." "Yes, coming, Master Shashpool." And then you see him disappear on the other side of the horse.
Our way back.
I will eavesdrop.
I don't know. You're not very graceful tonight.
Well, no, like, I'll hide behind the wagon, but try to listen in.
All right, make me another stealth check.
Yikes. Since I'm trying to do it, can I cast guidance or no?
Yes.
Okay. It's more of like I can't cast it if
Yeah, you're consciously aware that you are trying to be stealthy. Whereas if yeah, you have to be like consciously aware of trying to do something. Whereas if let's say that a room is like really super hot and choking heat, I might ask you for a check for that, in which you wouldn't have time to cast guidance on yourself.
yeah.
All right, she gets a 23 stealth. So hiding behind the wagon, trying to listen in on their conversation, you hear a lot of grumbling from Bade, and then the knight and the mage are just kind of like, "Oh, yep. And Bade says stuff like, "Oh, that blasted knight thinks he's all do-gooder and everything. You're a knight and you do your job. You listen to me. You listen to your employer, and he wants to tell me how to run my horse. I've been going this way for years. I know what I'm doing." Blasted horse, kind of grumbling like that.
So on the way back, noticing that these cultists are all massed on the far side of their wagon, Ondar is going to attempt to take a peek inside their wagon.
All right.
I'll then go with Ondar.
Okay, so Ondar, make me
Go
a
with
stealth
Torm,
check.
you mean.
What was that?
Make me a
I
stealth
said
check,
go with,
please.
Go with Torm.
Check.
Stealth check.
I'll cast guidance on you since you're trying to be stealthy. That is this. Oops, I thought I grabbed it. Sorry.
There we go.
Dang,
Oh,
nat 20?
There was a 20.
Was.
Oh.
Too close.
All right, Ondar. So you are standing by the wagon, kind of creep down, and you reach over to lift up one of the flaps, and your armor actually chafes on the side of the wagon. And this cultist right here looks over and notices you. "Hey, what are you doing? Get out of there!" Right away, they pretty much jump to their feet and start rushing towards you.
friend, I thought I saw
Hi, hi.
someone running there. A vagrant.
Vagrant, we got it. We'll find him. You just
Right,
be on your
sorry.
way.
Understood. Sorry, didn't know no harm.
He just stares at you with a steely, icy stare.
I just continue to walk on.
All right, and you know his gaze never gets taken away from you, as he kind of slowly smooths the tent fold over his wagon.
Did I get any glance at all in there?
Make an investigation check. You did not get a good glance on anything.
We'll stick together on the caravan, you know? Can't have strangers wandering into tents and wagons.
He does not respond. Just has a cold, icy stare. The other wagon goes around. You! Get out of here! Talking to you, Hawkeye.
Okay.
We help that fire, lady. Where'd Knock go?
He's knocked around.
Are you starting out like yeah, you're a musician, but now you're also a comedian, so you do like a little warm up comedy, observation mostly.
I'll
Triple
go,
threat
yeah.
if you can learn dancing.
Hey, I got perform.
I
Perform
mean,
is
yeah.
that
He's got all those skills.
Irish jigs.
I got Greg.
Lord of the Dance.
and Bird.
River dance. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, Edelry is still kind of unpacking her camp a little bit. There's a small collection of twigs, half put together, as she seems to have started putting together a fire, but decided otherwise. She gives a huff of like she's glad that you're doing it, but she kind of expected you guys to help out a little earlier. You know, you can never please this woman.
Here, man. Go tend to whatever else it is that you have.
Without
I
looking
wandered
at,
off because I got distracted by the gargoyle, so I've been over there kind of just watching it. I did
gotcha.
not
I
help
know.
her.
Yeah, Noct is just like in awe at the fact that there can be like living rock.
I want to talk to the guy about it, but I didn't want to interrupt what was
Gotcha.
happening.
All right, so Undar, you are able to help with the fire and put it together for her.
Okay.
All right. And Noct, you see this gargoyle. It is just standing absolutely still. If you had not seen it walking besides the wagon on the way, you would not have known that this is anything but a statue. But you know that it is alive and it is actually watching you.
Yeah, I kind of measuring the distance that chain could possibly move, keep slowly moving forward, and just watching it.
Are you moving closer to the wagon or just kind of keeping the same berth?
Keeping whatever like the length of chain is. I want to make sure that if it lunged, it would draw chain first. So keeping
Gotcha.
that distance from it, but yeah, like in a circle around it, just kind of slowly moving. I guess when
Would
I
you
come
use
around
perception
here.
for that?
What's that?
If you were to make a check, because I'm next to Nox, so I was gonna see if I could make like a perception check or like some sort of check to see how long the chain is.
You definitely could. But that's not necessarily information that I want to keep behind a block. So it's easy to see that the
Okay.
chain is long enough to allow the creature pretty much full width. I would say it can get to this area.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Okay,
assumed. is
so
about
we
10
want to
foot.
be this way. I'll hide
how
behind
does
the
it
bush over
last?
here.
Last spell row? Let's go. With.
Yeah, just
Last
say
row?
like last fill row or something.
Last row.
I don't know, man. These fantasy names.
They're a lot harder than like Greg or
Yep.
Jeremy.
Yep.
When I come around this way, I guess I would probably see him. I guess he's sitting on a rock,
Yeah,
minding
he's
his
just
own business.
he's sitting on a rock. He has a few things laid out, but he's just drinking a little bit from a bottle. As he sits kind of brooding, looking at the ground, thinking about God knows what.
I kind of shout loud enough because I don't want to get too much closer to the situation, but I shout out, can I ask you about your strange living rock monster, sir?
He goes, huh, what? Looks up to you in your direction. I
It's
suppose.
just, I've heard stories about stuff like this guy, and I've never seen one, you know? I'm a little afraid it might bite me, but can I ask what on earth happened? The best way I can describe it is, you know, people always told me if you see a living rock monster, they're generally evil and they try to eat you. So it's kind of tripping me out that you got one here just tied to your caravan.
Well, they make good guards.
Oh, I could see that. I mean, it's just standing there staring at me.
Yeah, that's what gargoyles do.
How do you... Not like, let's say, for a friend is asking, how does one get that to follow him around? Not saying I want a gargoyle pet, but boy, it seems like it would be very useful.
Yeah, he's been very useful. Purchased him in Waterdeep about 2 years ago, and you know he's been guarding my wagons ever since.
Is the chain? I mean, is he like? I don't want to say slave, but is it kind of a more like a pet dog? You know, you tie them up to make sure they don't run off on you. Is it more like that, or do they think? I don't know. You know, rocks in the brain.
When you talk about the chain, he looks to see if you move closer to it or try to touch it in any way, in which he would become
Fuck no.
a little bit alarmed. He says, "Yeah, don't touch that. Certainly not a dog. Maybe a rabid dog." And he kind of drifts off to himself in his own thought.
Right. Just you're comfortable sleeping with that tied to a piece of wood?
Well, it obeys its master. I'm his master, and see, I purchased him, and then the wizard gave me all the info, and
So
yeah.
you need a... Okay, so I gotta find a wizard who will sell me... Right, okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind, because I will say, for my line of work, if I could just have, like, a gargoyle follow me around, boy, that would be useful. Kind of move, again, staying on that giving that birth of not wanting to get any closer, that I've kind of determined its length, kind of sidle around this way and say, so, if you don't mind me asking, obviously we got hired to help watch and make sure bandits and whatever doesn't come, not that anything's fucking happened on this whole trip. But, you know, getting a magic pet to watch your back, what you moving?
At this, his eyes kind of narrow a little bit, and he's like, "Why does that matter?"
Well, apparently I'm guarding wood, and I think it's ridiculous, but, you know, it's not that it matters. I was just wondering, you know, you're going to get a gargoyle to watch your back. I would think you're getting something good in there. Better than fucking wood.
Could be not. Either way, I believe that's my business.
Sure, not trying to pry, friend. Just idle chit chat. You got you got a gargoyle chained to your cart. You're kind of the most interesting fella I've met on this trail. So
He looks with curiosity. Yeah, he looks with curiosity and then just takes another swig of his drink, whatever's inside, and just says, well, thank you. And then he holds his hand out with the drink and says, you can have some if you want. I got it from that half elf, that Bade fellow.
Yeah, sure. He seems like he knows not quality but quantity at least. And I'll reach a hand out to grab a drink, a little pull off of his supply.
All right, you take a pull, and it's definitely not as strong as what would be to your liking with all your dwarven ales and stouts and everything, but it's got a good a cinnamony taste to it. A little bit of cinnamon in it.
Yeah, fireball, but watered down.
Yeah, it's like heavily watered down fireball.
Yeah, he takes a pull and murmurs some stuff under his breath, and then hands the bottle back.
Lastful takes it back and still kind of looking at the ground in his own thoughts, and he's speaking to you, but at the same time you get the sense that he's just kind of speaking in general. Yeah, it's not bad. Pretty good, cinnamon.
Yeah, I mean, you take what you can get out here, but back, you know, you wouldn't know it to look at me, but I prefer, let's call it, stronger stuff. Back where I'm from, we only drink dwarven ale, and you know, you don't exactly take a quick pull off of that and walk away.
Dwarven ale? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from a little bit of a mining town, way back down in the south. Long story, but spent my whole life living in tunnels and caves, so yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I'm big. I know. You look at me and you're like, he doesn't fit in a cave, but that's where I was born.
That's interesting.
What about yourself? Where you from, mate?
I'm just from around here.
I don't have anything in it. Well, you just traveling back and forth then?
Yeah, that's how I make my living. Just, traveling the tradeway, going to and from towns.
Could be worse. I make my living apparently having to fight cults and dragons and a whole number of beasties.
Fighting cults, huh?
Well, I kind of fight whatever they tell me to fight, and currently it's about cults.
There are a lot of cults around? He kind of has a weird look on his face.
I mean, I don't know about a lot. I haven't been up here on the surface traveling about long, but in the first few days I left the caves, I found a cult, so probably. I mean, likelihood of that seems to be a lot of cults.
Didn't know that. Suppose, whatever puts the food on the table.
Fighting the cults or being in the cults? Because I don't know that they get paid to be in the cult. I think they just do it because they like it.
Yeah, suppose I never thought of that. Wonder if you get paid for being in a cult. Suppose that would depend on the cult. And he has a kind of a weak joke.
I think at this point I stand up brush myself off a little and past Edelry and Ondar kind of make out the camp and say, "Look, you seem like a nice guy. The caravan ahead of that, let's just say, keep your distance on them, eh?" And then I'm gonna start heading this way and say, "Go get camp set up. I hate sleeping on just the hard ground."
He gets up as well and says, yeah, I suppose I should unpack the rest of my things. Just a
Yeah.
brilliant conversationalist he is.
Mhm.
And then
Can
yeah,
I look
head
around
back
for
to
animals
Ondar
in
and
these trees?
oops, sorry.
Animals
ahead.
in the trees. You would be able to see probably a squirrel or so up in the branches, as well as birds that may have made nests a little further in.
Is there any owls or hawks?
No. These are. I know there's trees on here, but it's probably more sparse than any like forest or anything. The owls would probably be further into a forest or a wooded area. These are just sparse random trees.
I'll walk back to our camp then,
All right.
and I'll question this dude.
Before that, if we could get to Freddy.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Freddy, let me know what you're doing. You have free reign of the map. Is he there? Hello?
Oh. You
Hello?
just
Yeah,
walked
went off
over
to go-
there.
I went off to go use the restroom in privacy. It's been a long day on the road.
Oh, I thought you were meant in real life.
So whack.
But then once Freddy is in the woods, he is going to cast invisibility.
All right, make me a stealth check real quick. All right.
On himself. And I have to specify my target.
Yep. All right. Make me a perception check with advantage.
With advantage.
Yes.
Oh,
Oof.
well.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, then.
You walk into the woods, and you are trying to take care to see if anyone is following you, and you do not notice anyone whose gaze lingers or anyone that follows you into the woods.
All right. Well, then I find like a wider tree to kind of duck behind, and then cast it as quietly as I can on myself.
All right. You do so, and you actually notice your figure disappears right in front of your eyes as you cast invisibility.
Outstanding. Then I'm going to make my way up to the northern part of the train. I am walking very slow, taking my time. I have a full hour worth of duration.
Mm-hmm.
Being careful not to step on any, twigs, branches, dried leaves, etc., etc. Coming
All
out
right.
of the caravan.
Make me a stealth check for leaving the woods as well. All right. You emerge from the woods quite silent. No one, not even Ondar or Noct, took notice of any sounds or anything. You do see that there is a cultist that is actually posted by the wagon now.
Ah, of course.
And he seems to be looking with quite a lot of suspicion down towards that camp where Ondar is.
Hold on, this gives me.
Yes, Torm is great and powerful.
So I put myself here intentionally, and then in this square, I
Okay.
will silently cast Prestidigitation and
Hold on.
make the sound of a.
You
What?
should really read invisibility. You'll stop being invisible if you cast a spell.
Oh, that's right.
I really want to see where you're going with this.
Are you sure?
No,
Are you
no,
sure
never
you
mind.
do that?
At the last minute before I start preparing this, I'm like, oh wait, I can't do this.
I could throw a stick or something if I want to distract people.
Yep.
That is something I would do. Come on, man.
Right? Bush League.
Right. All right. Well, seeing this guy guarding the caravan, well, Freddy will go back towards the tree line.
Okay. Yeah, and there are other cultists. So there's one up here as well.
You're
Can
talking
I
can see
help you,
that.
Freddy?
these two guys here.
No, up here.
Like up.
Ah.
Yep.
Ones that are much less suspicious.
Well,
And that's
Could I
the red
help
mage
Freddy by
caravan.
like making noise in this wooded area?
You do not know that any of this is going on. He would have gone in the wood while you were doing all the things with Ondar.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
seeing this one is guarded, and it's a high risk one. I'm gonna go to the other caravan all the way. Yeah.
All right,
Up north.
make another stealth check for me, quick, as you are going around this wagon down here.
And again, I am still taking my time. There's no rush with this. I have a full hour.
Go ahead and roll
being
with
stealth-
advantage.
Okay.
Yes. All right. You do not make any noise or any scrapes upon the ground as you are going, even taking care to try and leave as less visual proof of your passing with boot prints on the ground. So you're doing pretty well, leaving no trace of your passing.
Excellent. And Freddy will approach this caravan and first check to see if it's trapped. You know, if they
Alright.
have like any sort of wires or, you know, whatever, like to alerting people to tampering with the caravan.
All right, make an investigation check. Looking at this wagon, there is no way that you can tell that it has been trapped or marked in any way. But during your investigations, you do notice that the cultists all periodically peer up and look around to see what's around the wagon. It seems like they are always on high alert for anything coming up towards their wagon to their position. There are no traps.
Okay. Well, I will make great care that when I'm like, is a covered wagon with cloth of any kind?
Yes, there's
Or-
is cloth strapped down,
Gotcha.
so it's
I'll take-
pulled tight with rope and tied.
Gotcha. Then I will take great care not to lift the cloth up any higher than like what they could see at their eye level, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it's like the cloth isn't like, you know, like ruffling in the wind, you know. For
Yeah,
them.
I gotcha. I follow you. All right,
And I'm gonna take a look.
go ahead and roll stealth this time with advantage again. Roll it in the tower for me.
sneak it.
All right. You are looking into this wagon, creeping down, peering in it in a way that won't look like it's blowing in the wind or divert their attention in any way towards you. You actually do see that there are some golden objects inside in glints of jewelry. Some of it's packed quite tightly, and there's also chests that you assume are filled with treasures.
So this seems to be the remains of the hold that they had in the cave that they emptied out.
Yes, some of it.
If I had to if I had to take a guess.
You would be guessing quite accurately. Some of it, not all of it. It is broken up into quite a few of the other wagons.
Right. Yeah, it's not all of it in
Yeah.
one. It's just some of it. Yeah. Okay. I really wish I had like detect magic or something. So does Freddy notice any easily grabbable objects that would not cause very much noise, like clang against the other gold pieces?
Make me an investigation. You see that it has been packed in a way that nothing loose would come out of the wagon. So
Gotcha. All right.
yeah, there would be like largely chests. Any gold coins would be in a chest or in a box. There are like gold goblets or something like that, but those are packed and strapped in a way so that it would not come loose as the wagon is jostling. So no, there is nothing easily accessible.
Gotcha. Well, that biscuit's not worth the risk. So Freddy will lower the flap back exactly the way it was, and slowly back away and just kind of saunter off.
All right. Okay, Hawkeye. What were you saying before? You wanted to... Oh yeah, you wanted to talk to
Investigate.
Carlin.
Yeah.
Okay. Carlin looks up at you and gives you greetings. Greetings, miss.
Why did it? What was on his forehead again? Like outcasted out.
Outcast. Or Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker, yeah. Why did you have Oathbreaker on your head?
I thought I told you. And then
But you're lying.
he looks around to see if anyone is paying attention from any of the other camps. And then he leans in a little closer to you and he said, "Remember, I'm a Harper agent, and my cover was blown."
Yes. What? And then I'll lean in closer and like whisper like, but what does that entail? Like what is your business here?
He leans back a little bit into a more comfortable position and says, "Well, I was investigating this cult of the dragon, and they found me out that I was actually traveling along a caravan, found some cultists, so I decided to follow them, and then they found out that I was only on the caravan to follow them. They didn't like that, and they actually told a lot of the other caravan merchants and teamsters that I was passing along information to bandits, and the merchants didn't even want to chance it, so the cultists wanted to outright just kill me and leave me for dead. But the merchants didn't want that, and they actually only agreed to leave me stranded in the road, and let fate decide my... Let the other travelers decide my fates."
Since we picked you up, would you fight with us?
I mean, not much of a fighter. I'm more of just an agent passing along information, but if it comes down to it and I need to, I will fight.
Who do you pass along the information to?
He looks at you with narrowed eyes and says, "Well, I mean, that depends on where I am. The Harpers are a vast agency with cells, but we prefer to keep our cover.
I see. Wouldn't want your cover to be blown again.
He looks at you and says, do you know of the Harpers?
I know of them. When we were in Baldur's Gate, we had the opportunity. Was it Baldur's Gate or was it the Greenest?
It was Baldur's Gate.
We had the opportunity.
Yep.
Okay. We had the opportunity to either join the Harpers, but some of my companions joined the Golden Gauntlet.
Oh,
Me, I was still on
Wasn't
the
that
fence.
Elturel? I thought that was an Elturel.
oh yeah, you're right. That was an Elturel. Yep. He says, "Oh, you were offered to join the Harpers?"
Yeah, I was offered to join the Harpers.
Yeah, they wanted me.
No big deal.
No big. I was like,
I'm holding out for something
yeah.
better.
or the Golden Gauntlet, or the Emerald Enclave.
Ah, yes, quite a few different factions. I've chosen to offer my services to the Harper, though I understand they're not for everybody, but we could certainly use all the help we could get. Kind of wish you would have said yes.
What's in it for me, though?
what have you done for me lately?
He says, well, I myself am only an agent. I can't exactly bring you into our ranks. You would have to talk to a cell leader or a chapter leader for that. But by all means, I mean, I'm on this with you, and I can offer your party my services, and I know the other one is an agent. You let him know you were in the Harpers, right, Freddy?
Correct, yes, I
Okay,
showed him my
yeah.
pin.
Okay.
Freddy was asking if you can belong to two factions.
I would say probably not, just because if you're in a faction, they're going to want to use you. They're going to want to use all of their resources that they have, which would mean you have plenty of work and quests for them that it wouldn't leave you a whole lot of time for any other faction.
And then, why did you join the Harpers?
He goes into himself inwardly a little bit at that and says, I have my reasons. I would appreciate it if you could respect that.
But we also saved you.
Yes, I understand that. Perhaps in time,
You could
maybe.
at least tell us why.
Perhaps in time, maybe, when we're more comfortable in each other's company, I'll reveal that. But
I let you ride on my back.
and then
You owe me.
he kind of reaches his hand out and gives you a reassuring shake on the kneecap as he is still sitting down, and I think you're standing up. Says, yes. I think in time we'll be good friends. I need a few days to myself, if you don't mind. It's a long story.
I mean, I got time.
Jesus.
All right, Hawkeye, please make me a persuasion check.
Would I have time to cast guidance on that situation?
No.
Got it. That was my only
Yep. Sure.
situation. Wait, where's persuasion? -1, oh no.
There you go.
Okay. He gives a long sigh and he says, well, suppose if you're still untrusting, you see, my family was killed by the cult. My father had joined, and when he decided that it wasn't for him anymore and tried to leave, they hunted him down. And they took my mother too. See, I have a personal reason for investigating the cult, and in my own pursuits, it brought me to the Harpers, and they told me that they would be able to give me the resources and the means to investigate and help bring down their evil. So here I am. And he definitely looks kind of sad to this.
I'm sorry to hear about that. My family has been trying to get hunted for ages. I'm from the woods of the... Let me pull up the map again. The Wood of Sharp Teeth, and we're considered werefolk, or like, so my family would be hunted, and by the dragon folk.
At the mention of werefolk, he looks kind of alarmed at you, and then he takes a closer look, and he sees some of the features of your shifter nature, and then he's quite a bit more ill at ease now, as he takes in what he's now just noticing. I'm sorry. Did you say you were werefolk?
I'm not werefolk, but I guess some people consider us werefolk.
That's... He's at a loss for words right now.
Yeah. It's not nice to stereotype just based on looks.
Oh, sorry. He shakes his head, noticing that he was staring at you. I didn't mean offense. It's just I've never encountered a creature as you before. I thought there was only werewolves and such, but you claim not to be a werewolf, and you don't seem like a werewolf.
Nope. Not a werewolf. In fact, I was raised by an eagle, not werewolves.
Raised by an eagle? Oh. Wow. Must have led quite an interesting life.
Yeah, boy, I could tell you, and then we'll just like continue on with like little banter and stuff like that.
All right.
Like what it would be like, just so I don't take up like anyone else's time, but just continue to get to know him more, I guess.
Gotcha. All right, Ireva, is there anything you would like to do before the night claims?
I think all I'm really going to do, honestly, is just keep an eye on the cult members from a distance. Like, kind of approach to the caravan behind it, or, halfway between, and just kind of keep a little bit of an eye on them. Not make any approaches, just see if I notice anything questionable or anything especially suspicious other than just them existing.
Okay. So as camp is breaking down, they broke their camps probably rather quickly, getting their equipment out and setting it up, and then you notice from watching from afar that they keep a close eye on their wagons. There's a few figures moving to and fro. Everybody tends to stick closer to their campfire as it is getting a little colder out. But other than that, nothing suspicious. Alright. But same as pretty much every other night, Lovius Longnose comes over. Hi, Onda, how you doing?
Catches not and
Yeah, actually, I guess so. As he comes up, he hears the words, well, I guess we could always put that to the test.
hello, Lovius.
Hi. Oh, I see you broken up camp. What's on the menu tonight? And he kind of walks around and just inserts himself and starts looking at your what you're cooking in your cook fire.
I'm called. This is my third favorite dish, Iron Rock Stew. It
Iron
doesn't have
Rock
iron.
Stew.
It doesn't have iron or rocks in it. Don't. It's just we call it that.
Oh,
After
that's
a good
interesting.
day of busting rocks to get iron, you make your stew.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever.
Yeah. It is gonna taste a lot like rocks and iron, though.
Oh, what
They hold them out a bowl.
what you putting it?
A lot of well, don't have a lot to work with out here, so it's a lot of crushed up bread and some broth. I do use a little bit of dirt, just a little bit of dirt to give it some flavor. It's an
Dirt?
acquired taste. Yeah.
Dirt. Oh,
You boil it down. It really brings an earthy flavor.
oh boy, me. Oh,
Also,
I
they brought
suppose.
apples over here, so I put an apple in there.
Oh, it sounds just like an everything stew.
Not really an apple. It's the stem of the apples.
Yeah, that's part of an apple, Ondal. I told you when I put it in, you just don't throw food away. You know, you get trapped in a tunnel for 6 days. You eat whatever you find.
Oh my, you're nonsense. Oh, I suppose I'll try it. I'll try anything. Then he takes a little wooden spoon, whatever, and then gives a little sip. And then
It
his
probably to him tastes like dirt water. I think not that it's great. I don't know how Ondar's taking to the cooking of the dwarf kind.
Put some leaves from these trees in it and a little bit of grass, and it tastes not bad. It's not bad.
See, he gets it.
I'm spooning it up.
All right, so he he takes a little sip and it's not like absolutely disgusting, but it's definitely like he
It's
questions.
an acquired taste.
Yeah, he questions its edibility, and he's just like,
Halfling
"Oh,
used to much better food.
that is
That's
right.
fair.
That is right. Interesting, I'll say. I think you can finish off that pot there.
Oh, I will.
Oh, yes.
Can't let food go to waste.
I'm sure you got it handled. Oh, Edelry, you got quite a crowd here. And then she just kind of nods her head, continues eating her own food. Tell me, Undar. Tell me of some travels. Where have you been? Where have you seen?
Most of my travels have been in Tether, my friend.
Ah, yes, Tether. Again, I'll say it again. I wish to travel there sometime. So you all set up for camp? You got your beds out and everything?
I mean, still dressed, if that's what you mean. What you getting at, friend?
Oh, not getting at nothing. Just making conversation.
I laugh loudly and say, "I'm just fucking with you."
Oh, you're a lively one, you are. Everything back at my camp is taken care of. Oh man, that merchant, he ain't good for no conversation. He actually accused me. He actually accused me of talking too much. I say too much. Tells me I need to be quiet. That's no way to live.
Nox, I mean, he's having this conversation, but he's also kind of staring out across. I mean, I'll just use the arrows out that way, and like kind of trying to look through trees and over stuff, but a little distracted.
All right. Whoa!
So angry.
Feedback.
You have angered the technology.
That was the gargoyle.
It's eating its dinner.
All right. So he actually leans in. He says, "But he doesn't know his silks are all crap." He wouldn't believe it. He bought off a load of Kalashite silk, and they're all covered in worms. He's going to be so mad when he reaches Waterdeep.
Yeah, that is that's that thing you was talking about for you. And again, it's kind of like moving his head side to side as if trying to look around stuff, and squinting a little bit because of the darkness of it all. But he's feigning interest the best he can.
Yeah. Oh, I think Jarhead lost connection again.
Yeah, for a minute there.
All right.
It wasn't me this time.
Yep.
Well, I see him. He's rejoined, but he hasn't said anything, so maybe it's still connecting.
Yeah. We'll be all right.
Hello?
Yep.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah. Internet
Oh,
game.
maybe. A little. Your internet's still fighting you, I think, because you got the robot voice.
Bye, Ondar.
Am I back?
Oh, there he is.
Am I back?
Yep.
Like
We can hear you.
Backstreet
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
My internet's being stupid this morning.
Yep. That happens. All right. So
Maybe you should talk to it more nicely.
No, it's a piece of shit. I'm going to talk to it like it deserves to be talked to.
That's right. Tough love.
I'm going to talk to it like a shit young Marine. What's your goddamn problem, yeah? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god.
Get off my obstacle pile!
Oh my goodness.
Are you born stupid or did you work at it?
Oh my god.
Don't even give me the decency of a reach around. Jesus Christ!
What is going on?
Things are really popping off at his house, huh?
Oh my god.
I think it's some of that military stuff coming through. All right,
Boot
so
camp that I actually went through, guys.
yeah,
I lived
the
that.
boot camp.
I
Yep.
lived Full Metal Jacket. I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
I got punched every freaking day.
I believe it.
Hopefully not all of Full Metal Jacket.
Well, not the second half of it.
Yeah.
Not the second half.
Okay.
Not the Vietnam War part, but the boot camp part I lived.
Yeah, that's rough. So, Lovius was just revealing that the merchant that he is guiding the horses for actually has a load of Kalashite silk that's covered in worms. And so he's laughing at the fact that he bought
poor
this.
guy.
Yeah, he bought this load, and he won't be able to sell any of it, and he will have lost all of his money. He's just laughing about it, telling you guys.
So, Andar, are you? So you'll still make your fare?
Oh well, certainly. I've been contracted. He can't back out of that.
Oh, and you feel no guilt for that?
Oh, I didn't buy the silks. It's not my job. He didn't inspect it. That's not my job.
I mean, what would he do even at this point? Tell him he's got a load of shite and then ...
Oh, you're gonna want to let me know that beforehand so I can get out of the blast radius.
It's not really my my business.
I
Again, kind of trailing off, like just really in and out of this conversation as he's looking
Yeah.
for something.
You'll find out, and it's a learning opportunity for him. You got to inspect your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's behind us in the train, right?
Yes.
Or caravan wagon. Okay.
He comes from behind. It would
Giggity.
be the male merchant next to Leda Weedris.
Oh yeah, you don't happen to know anything about some of those front caravanners, huh?
Front caravanners. He makes a show of like looking up and he says, there's a few familiar figures. Oh, that Lai Angustun. He's a right mean fellow. And then of course there's Akrani. A lot of people don't like him for good reason. He's quite boorish.
What about the a fancy bold fellow up about 3 from the front?
A fancy bald fellow. He looks up.
Yeah, kind of nod my head in the direction of those guys.
He looks up and says, "No, I don't see a bald fellow. He's not actually. You can't tell he's bald because he's wearing a hat that covers his head.
Okay.
Yep, Hawkeye and Ireva just noticed it because they made good perception checks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
About the fellow behind us.
Fellow behind. I can't say I've met that guy. He doesn't talk much. Not good for conversation. Tried many a time. He just not terrible conversationalist. And then he says, I think he mentioned his name was Lasforo. Lasforo the Silent, I call him. Sorry, what was that?
No idea what he's selling.
Oh, I haven't been able to get that out of him, no. I'm sure I'll find out though. Haha, I have my ways.
And the green-skinned woman.
Green-skinned woman. Ah, yes, she is. That is a terrible fate. What's befallen her? Let me pull it up. So this woman is green from head to foot. Her skin, hair, eyes, nails, and teeth. Everything about her is green. She readily admits, and this is revealed from Lostful. He says, apparently she's traveling to Waterdeep in search of a remedy for her condition.
She's envious. Obviously.
I don't exactly know how it happened, but she's covered in green. One would think she's a wood nymph. Green Imsa.
I mean, in the long scheme of things that can happen to you, turning green ain't that bad. I mean, look at me. Look at my skin color. You think it's all that bad to be green?
You were born. You were born that way.
Well, sure, but I mean, I'm just saying, she's green. Is that big of a deal? You're white. That's the color.
Oh,
We're all colors, friend.
I'm more kind of not really white. I'm kind of a tannish color.
You're pinkish. with beautiful golden hair. My hair is red.
You
We're
say
all
that
the
and he,
same on the outside.
you know, every time you say golden hair, he shakes his head. You know?
Oh, you mean this hair?
Like a shampoo commercial.
Right.
Flowing. Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's magical Maybelline.
So, Lovius gives out a great laugh when you talk about green-colored skin. Not all of us were born like you, though, oh, friend. And he gives you a slap on the knee.
take offense.
Oh, so my apologies, sir. No offense meant.
Oh, it's all right. I'll forgive it this time.
All right, it is getting late, and much of the other fires are kind of dying down, and people are getting into their little sleeping bags, covering themselves with their furs.
So, Long Nose left.
No, he's sticking around.
Oh, this guy's. Ugh.
Yep. He doesn't seem to know how to exit.
Join me for a stint as the watch tonight, Les Pharaoh.
No, that's not me. Again, that's not what I'm paid for. Oh, you going on the watch now?
Yes.
He looks around. Well, I suppose I'll go back to me camp. You have a good night, sir, and you too,
Yes.
Master Hathork.
Yeah, you have a good one, my friend.
Yes, I'll see you in the morning.
Not if we see you first.
That sounded vaguely threatening.
All right, and so we go into the night. So, Andar, are you taking first watch?
Yeah.
All right.
I take a stick of wood out of the fire and use it as a torch.
All right.
Did you hear that? Sounded like Freddy walked by. I thought I heard music.
A little twinkle toes.
He would wear bells.
Right?
I mean, he's got little tambourine jingles. He's a one-man band.
I thought I smelled him as he walked by. You know the smell of brute.
Oh, I thought you meant the smell of desperation.
No, it was a manly kind of smell.
So only women can be desperate? I'm confused.
No, I didn't mean that. Never mind. I'm going to shut up now.
He's trying to have your back and your front.
I know, right?
Never mind. I'm shutting up. Oh
You can
man.
fend for yourself.
All right. Are you returning back, Freddy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is he visible or still invisible?
No, invisible. And then once I get back to where I was, the forest, I stop the concentration, pretend I'm pulling up my pants, and
That was
Freddy!
Complete the ruse.
that was a long dump.
Hey, look, it's about
Hey.
commitment to the bit.
one got stuck, all right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, you have complications. So.
Oh man,
On
you
the plus
just
side, you can wipe with prestidigitation.
made
I
me
need more
think of
fiber in my
something.
diet, what can I say?
Yeah, you just made me think of something ridiculous. So like,
An Ace Ventura stepping out of the bathroom.
I thought
I
you were
was
going to
thinking
say
not
Ace
go in
Ventura-
there.
I was thinking
was
you were
thinking
going
of
to say
Dumb
Ace
and Dumber.
Ventura coming out of the rhino.
Oh God. Then you
That's
really
what he
watch
just
you're
did in the
eating.
woods.
you made me think like elves are fae, right? So they're like the wilds, wilderness, and everything. You're half elf, so like, what if elves poop like deer? And it's just like little pellets.
Oh my
Can-
god.
Can I make smells with prestidigitation?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah, you can make
a
a
lot of different stuff.
Oh,
yeah, there we
don't.
go. Yes.
He's,
yes.
Oh my god, he's like, you just gave him a fart
real
machine.
commitment to this bit that has crossed a certain threshold.
Yep.
You're absolutely the worst.
To complete the ruse, I make sure that there's a faint odor of defecation that follows me towards the camp.
Oh my god, yeah, you don't want anyone to be suspicious.
Yeah, God forbid
Exactly.
they think that you didn't go out in the woods to poop.
Again, do not go out there.
The whole woods.
I'm
right.
warning you.
Somebody cast gust of wind and blow it out of here.
Okay, so
Wind wall.
Ondar taking first watch. Not. You gonna take watch? Because you guys are separated into different wagons now.
Yeah, I would be on a watch. Kind of extra watching to see if an opportunity would provide itself to investigate that there bald man.
Okay. And then
We're
down.
scheming. We're scheming a murder.
Scheming a murder. All right, down towards the bottom, Freddy, Hawkeye, and Ireva. What is your order?
I will take first watch. Do you mind taking the last 4 hours again, Direva?
I'm fine with that. Maybe that
All right.
smell will dissipate further before I have to stay up to smell it.
Exactly. That's why I thought I'd take the first watch. After
Oh,
2
what a
hours, I'll wake up
gentleman.
Hawkeye. I am, indeed. Trying to think of your lady's best interest.
Honor
right.
and Not will both be awake at midnight because prayers are required at midnight.
I assume that's when we do our shift change.
Right.
Yes, I would say it's probably gotten to like 10 o'clock before you manage to get Lovius out of your hair. So it's already kind of late.
Right.
Then yeah, probably cram a quick power nap before prayers and changeovers.
Excuse me, I had a yawn.
Hey, no bite.
All right, so we could probably start with Freddy. You would have started your watch maybe around like 8 o'clock or something. Make me a perception check. All right. Don't notice anything in your watch, nothing of any danger, nothing to provide any caution. But as you are scanning the area, you do look up to your north, and you do notice that Lovius keeps looking up to the caravans to his north for some reason.
He seems to be quite interested in either Noct or Ondar or Edhelry? Is that how you say your name?
She
I
don't
think it's
walk a
just-
watch.
I
Eddie.
think it's just Edelry.
Yeah, Edelry.
Okay.
Or
Edelry.
Adelry. All
Okay.
right, and then probably like 2 hours, and then you go back. So 10. You go and wake up Hawkeye.
Yeah, I call her name softly next to her.
Whisper it in her ear.
Yeah, whisper sweet nothings.
Careless whisper.
I wake up and hold my quarterstaff.
All right.
Good morning. It is your turn for the watch.
I guess so. And then I'll stand up.
Take my spot and go to sleep.
All right. So Ondar, you can begin your watch, same as with Hawkeye. I would like both of you to make me perception checks.
Just FYI, I did drop my armor since I'm going to sleep. Boy, that hurts my AC.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that low. It should be
It
15.
hurts.
Oh, right, because I have to do that manually. Never mind. Oh, I got it. Doesn't do a good, or Fantasy Ground doesn't do a great job of automatically doing armored defense thing if I'm like
Right.
turning stuff on and off constantly. So I got it manually. It actually doesn't hurt me that bad. It's only 15.
around on my watch.
Okay.
Great.
So, you both are looking around. You don't notice anything dangerous or any reason to be cautious. It seems that this area was a pretty damn good place to take a rest. Commonly traveled enough near to the river that monsters would probably not travel over this way. But let me try something.
Let me try and make danger. That's what he just said.
Will Robinson.
I heard it.
All right, Hawkeye. You notice Lovius, though Leda and the male merchant are in their bags. He's kind of up and about, walking around, looking kind of inconspicuous. Keeps looking over to the north, though, past the wagon just above him.
So towards like Ondar.
Yes.
Dude's got a man crush or something.
Yup.
Everybody wants a piece of Ondar.
Oh,
Well, I
Go
mean,
up.
you know.
so,
He's a beautiful man in this crew.
doing that so late.
He hears you approach, then he looks back a little jolted, but quickly recovering. Oh, miss, what you doing up so late?
That's what I was asking you. I'm on.
Oh, true, you did say that. Oh, just keeping an eye out on things.
On what?
Oh, just everything. You never know when something might creep up. The guard's asleep over there, and then he points over to Leda.
I've been noticing you watching the north pretty a lot. Like, oops. How do you do pointers again?
Hold down the right and left mouse click at the same time. Then you drag it.
Ah. Can I have the map again?
Oops. There.
I've been seeing that you've been looking that way
Ah, yes. Well,
a lot.
that's where
When I
we're
was
headed,
on-
isn't it?
What?
That's where we're headed, isn't it?
But we're camping now. Like, we're outside about to sleep.
Ah, yes. True.
Why do you keep on looking that way?
I can't look where I please.
Where you please. It's just always that way. You haven't looked that way at all.
Oh, I'm sure I have.
Especially since your guards are asleep.
I'm sure I have. I'm keeping an eye out. I told Leda I'd keep an eye out and wake her in a little bit, so she could get her sleep. I don't fall asleep very easily, anyways.
Oh shoot. I deleted the map again. I'm sorry. I was trying to get rid of the pointer and it got rid of the map. Yeah, but it looks like a lot like you're looking at Ondar.
Oh, no. He's surely an interesting fellow, but I wouldn't say I'm giving him any too particular admiration or anything.
I don't know, the way you were talking to him earlier.
He looks a little disgruntled at this. He says, "Hey, why don't you go back to your camp? I'm gonna wake up Leda pretty soon." And he turns his shoulder and starts walking. Whoops! Begins to walk to the other side of the horse.
Okay. I'll do my speak with animals with his horse.
Okay.
Snitch out your master. Tell me your secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me what this doppelganger's up to.
There it is.
All right, so you say the words to the incantation, and then Lovius comes around. Oi, what are you doing to my horse?
Just talking with it.
Just you be on your way. And then he comes over and he starts patting the horse's head. What's she doing to you? What she do to you?
What's your name, horse?
Hey, I told you, be on your way. You're bothering my horse now.
It doesn't look bothered to me.
Do we have
Didn't she
a...
cast Speak with Animals? So she'd be neighing right now?
That would be name.
She gains the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. So she can talk to animals and she can talk to people at the same time.
Okay.
Could tell you your horse's favorite food.
Oh, I know my horse's favorite food.
Okay, here, you can guess, and I'll tell you if you're right. Nice
I tell you now. He kind of tries to stand up in a like defiant nature, kind of puffing out his chest. I tell you, you're starting to bother me, ma'am. I would appreciate it if you leave. Otherwise, I'm going to need to go get our guard. I ask you now.
I could get the big shiny man over there.
He just starts flustering, and then he starts walking over towards the camp.
Hi, horse.
And then he bends down and he shakes Leda, and right away she doesn't bolt up, but she's stirred, and then she gets up right away. What is it, Lovius? And then he starts saying, "Wait, this lady over here, she's bothering the horse. She's looking at all of our wares. I don't think the master would like it."
Wares? And who's your master?
I told you it was your time to leave. Leda gets up and then she rolls her eyes at Lovius, and then she says, "What did she really do?" And Lovius is like, "What do you mean? I'm just walking around keeping an eye like I told you I would, and she's bothering me. She won't leave me alone." Leda says, "All right, I'll go talk to her." Leda comes over and she says, is there a problem?"
No, I'm just talking with the horse.
And then she has a weird look on her face. She's like, "Okay. Well, in any case..."
Animals are my friends.
"Oh, that's nice. In any case, this is Lovius's horse, and he would prefer if you didn't bother it."
Who's the master he's talking about?
He's
I thought
talking
he was
about...
in charge of this.
He's talking about Nearite over there. Nearite Werther,
Oh.
our merchant.
Ovius is just like driving.
Yeah, Lovius is a teamster, so he drives the horse.
Oh.
Oops.
I mean, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I just wanted to talk with the horse.
Yes, I understand that, but nevertheless, this is his horse, and he would like for you to leave. Then Lovius comes over, and he's like behind her, kind of like, "Yes, I asked you nicely. You don't listen. So now we have trouble if you want to keep it." And then she turns around, "Lovius, I got this. Just, it's fine." "Well, be on your way, please."
I guess. Bye. It was nice trying to meet you. I try to say it to the horse.
To the horse. The horse replies back and says, "Yes, sorry about that. He's just a little uppity."
I wonder why.
I don't know. He treats me well, though. I don't ask many questions.
That's good. Well, I hope you're having a good day because I'm getting kicked out.
Lovius right now is seeing you neighing and everything to this horse. He's like, "What are you saying to my horse? I told you to leave. This is the last time. Leda, do something."
Have a nice night.
Oh, he's just kind of grumbling. Leda says, "Yes, sorry, but, you know, it's what I'm hired to do. Hope you have a good night."
I mean, I hope. I whispered to Leda, I understand your frustrations, but I'll be on my way. And, like, I just whistle back.
She smiles at you and laughs a little bit, and she says, "Thank you for your understanding." And Lovius is just kind of fuming, like blustering, like, "Leda, why didn't you just push her away?" And then you hear him kind of making a fuss as you are leaving.
I'll talk to my horse instead.
All right, Ondar, you hear a bit of commotion coming from beneath you. You hear a high-pitched voice telling you that it's likely Lovius making this noise. Are you there?
High-pitched voice?
Yeah, Lovius. He's a halfling.
Oh, down south of me?
Yep, down south.
Yeah.
I just kind of watch, and I see that, I mean, I really can't see very far because I'm just got a torchlight, and
Yeah. So
outside the circle of my light, I don't really, it
Mhm.
doesn't sound like combat, so I don't really go very far.
No. Yeah, you'd be able to hear the commotion but not see it. All right. So after about 2 hours time for you, Hawkeye, the time comes to wake up Ireva.
I gently use my staff to wake her up.
Ireva opens her eyes and I look at her and say, "I'm not sleeping, you just have to say my name, Hawkeye." That, I look at the staff, isn't necessary, although I appreciate that it was gentle.
Yeah. Freddy's was more of a jab last time.
Maybe that's
Not a
why the
hard
half-elf doesn't want to wake me up. He may end up with a jab himself.
But yeah, it's your turn.
Wonderful. Thank you. Have a good night's rest.
You're welcome. And then I'll tell her about Lovius looking north and like what I've been witnessing. Like Lovius keeps on looking north towards Ondar. It's suspicious that he hasn't gone to bed yet.
Well, he either has something suspicious going on or he carries a bit of a torch for our paladin friend. I'll keep an eye on him, thank you.
And then I plop down.
All right. In the same stroke, Lovius kind of walks around too and looks to and fro. Again, one last time looking north, actually noticing Ondar bathed in the firelight, and then he goes back down, grumbling to himself to sleep, and now Leda is awake and patrolling around the caravan. Ondar, for another, I would say probably 2 hours for your watch. Roll me a perception check. All right, roll me an insight. You definitely noticed Lovius's notice of you. For some weird reason, paying particular attention to your movements. You even got the feeling that while you were all down talking, Lovius was waiting for something.
My
Particularly,
eyes are up here, halfling.
yeah, particularly your routine when you go to sleep. Noticing that you wake up for prayers and the such at midnight too.
Such a strange halfling.
Yes. All right, Ireva. Make me a perception check.
Oh, you just made me kick the cat off my lap. I do apologize.
Oops. Oof.
Yeah.
Bam!
You see everything. All right. So, Ireva, same thing to you. You get the sense that this is a pretty peaceful area. Definitely not unheard of to get attacked in the night. Just extremely, extremely unlikely. And this does not seem like one of those times. The caravan has picked a good spot to make camp. You do notice Lovius is having some trouble sleeping. Laying in his bed, but shifting around quite a bit.
Dreaming of Ondar.
Yes, and there are there are quite a few guards posted walking around. You see the cultist up top. There is always one watching the wagon. They never leave it unattended. But nevertheless, Ondar, your watch has finished and you may wake up knocked.
My brother.
Mm.
It's time to wake. Is it midnight?
It would be, let's see. No, it'd be 2 a.m.
So I'm just getting back to sleep after being woken up the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
It is time to reawaken.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Yes. Listen. That Lovius character. Something is amiss of him. And I don't mean something is very strange. He is paying too much attention to our routine. Keep a watch on him.
All right. I mean, is this new, or do you think he's been doing this for a while?
I think he's been doing it since he. I don't trust him. He seems like a jolly fellow, but he's just paying too much attention to our particular routine. He's too overly friendly, I think.
I only bring it up because, I've been putting out feelers about who might be secretly in the whole cult situation, and we did bring that up with him. So, if he changed his routine, I'm just wondering.
I don't know that he's a member of that with them or in league with them, but I don't trust him. Perhaps he's, he travels the highways and byways. I just think maybe he has ideations on, I don't know, gathering money or information on where we go and what we do. I don't know. There's just something about him just doesn't sit well with me.
Could you roll me a insight check for me again, Ondar?
Sure.
This time with advantage.
Okay, I must have disconnected again because it's not registering. Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Okay. So, you remember him keeping quite an eye on your shield with the holy symbol emblazoned on the front.
He seems to be quite enamored with my shield, so perhaps he has an eye on it and wants to take it and fence it. I don't know. I mean, it's not really worth much. I don't know. Perhaps he thinks it's gold. It's not, but perhaps he thinks it's worth money.
I don't know. He doesn't really strike me as a thief. I'm wondering maybe if it's what's on your shield, friend. And I point to because you have it emblazoned with the signal of Torm, right?
Yeah, it's not emblazoned. It's full. It's worked in a way that shows the gauntlet, or is it emblazoned?
Right. No, it's. I shared it in the chat.
You have it in there somewhere.
I remember it being pretty prominent.
It is. It's worked into the shield, right?
You think there's some way he might know about the whole order of the gauntlet situation? I mean, they're pretty involved with Torm.
Well, I think he probably. Well, I mean, think about it. He's a teamster. He gets paid to haul freight from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep, from Waterdeep to Baldur's Gate. And his current load is useless. And he cares not, because he's getting paid to carry it.
Right.
And my guess is he's not getting paid very much.
I'm just saying, if you were eyeballing stuff to steal, random shield seems pretty low on the... I mean, it's a nice shield, and it serves your purposes and my purposes well of you not dying, but, I mean...
But if you didn't know any better and you saw this, would you not think that it would be worth a hefty price?
Again, I don't want to insult your shield. It's beat to shit. You know that, right? Like, it doesn't look any better than the knight up there's shield. If anything, his is a little better because it's not, dented, dinged, and scraped up. Plus, it's got a big religious symbol on it, which, that's going to hurt resale value.
Or help if it's to the right group.
Right.
Freddie, you're sleeping.
I don't know. I don't know if that I don't know what's in Waterdeep. Personally, Ondar doesn't know if there is a temple to Torm in Waterdeep. He doesn't. So he doesn't know anything about Waterdeep. Ondar doesn't. So he doesn't know what could be sold or what in Waterdeep. He doesn't know. So he doesn't know what could be fenced in Waterdeep. So he's thinking that he's heard tales of, it's called the City of Splendors, is what he's heard. So, I mean, it's the largest city in all of Faerun, as far as population-wise. So, I mean, it's like New York City. Hell, you can buy and sell anything there, I mean, Beijing, China, shit, Hong Kong, I mean, shit, as far as he's concerned, anything can be sold there. So in his mind, this fucking halfling's got his eye on stealing this thing and wanting to sell it. So he's just he's talking to Not. They're changing watch. He's taking his armor off. He's getting ready to crawl under the wagon, and he's sleeping with his shield. It's like, I'm not letting it out of my sight. He thinks the halfling's going to try and steal his shield. And if he does, he's going to kill him. Or beat him up bad. He's not going to kill him. He's going to beat him up really bad and teach him a lesson. He's physically going to manhandle this fucking halfling and teach him a lesson.
Gonna put hands on you, boy.
Yeah, gonna put hands on this boy. He's gonna, and teach him a lesson and introduce him to the meaning of fucking
Torm.
Judgment.
I think Nock he's rubbing his face. He's like, oh, I really think your concerns about the shield are the wrong kind of concerns, friend. I know money is not your main pursuit in life, and that you don't. There are so many things worth more than that shield. I mean, I am gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. The weapons I carry are worth more to the generic public. You can sell a good greatsword for a lot more than random shield.
I know that, and you know that, but I don't know that he knows that.
I know that. I know that. But he. For the love of. Okay, you know what? You just sleep with your shield, and I will deal. I will deal with this as the best I can.
Right. Good night.
He just has given up on this conversation.
Right.
It's just not. He knows it's not gonna get to where he wants it.
Right. And Andar's not angry. He's just like concerned.
No,
he
he's
crawls
just
under there and goes
cuddling
to
his
sleep.
shield.
And he's asleep within like 3 seconds.
And yeah, after that, I think. So is Longnose is asleep? Or
Well,
at least appears to be, I should say.
right.
Now that his watch is over, so I probably wouldn't spend too much time, but would kind of stick near the back end, like this direction or this area, so he can keep eyes in that direction, as well as up front, as I guess he can't see that far if the fires are out. So
Oh, and Ondar would have told Knot sometime between when it happened and now that he did try to sneak a peek in the cultist wagon and failed to accomplish said task.
All right, so 2 a.m. the pass off, Ireva, you actually see, you're able to witness the change of guard from Ondar to Noct, and they had a short little exchange. All right, Noct, make me a perception check.
alright. Oh, it was an 18 and just like
Yep.
false.
So when you were woken up at midnight, you are still pretty damn groggy from it. Did not get exactly the best sleep. You are still pretty groggy and finding it hard to stay awake.
Mildly annoyed because of the shield conversation. Let's be honest.
All right, and so we actually can join back again at dawn.
I'm liking these transitions.
Yeah, freaking Fantasy Grounds, awesome. All right, so dawn comes, the sun begins to rise. Ireva and Noct are there to witness it. The rest of the camp is waking up, but this is where we will have to end this session.
Booyah!
Oh,
Brett.
But Ryan.
I didn't get to kill one person. Got the bloodlust.
there was not a single attack die roll cast.
Yep, that's unfortunate. This is a heavy role-playing section of the adventure. All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Well done, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. No, good
Yeah.
session.
Yeah, really, very,
like
very
role-playing
well
ones
done.
as
We
well.
got a lot of role-play in there.
Sorry about the internet issues.
It happens.
At some point, Noct is planning to cut that red wizard's head off in his sleep. He just hasn't found the opening he needs.
All
Just
right.
fucking, you can't cast magic without a face. I'm gonna cut it right off with a big axe.
Or burn the body, right?
Yeah. So we
Verbal
will.
opponents. Oh, you don't have a mouth. Oh,
Oh, took your hand. So much for your ability to do somatic work.
Yeah, right? Oh, you
We
don't have no
will-
fingers, do you?
All right.
boy.
I'll see you guys next week, Monday at 10 a.m. Same as always. Joining again on the trail, one day out from Daggerford on your way to Waterdeep.
All right, guys.
sounds
Thank
like
you.
a plan.
I look
Take
very,
care. See you
I
next
look
week.
forward to it.
Take care, guys.
Yep.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.